Here's the thing about spring. If it feels like pressure to bloom instead of permission to grow, you're missing the whole point. These 5 journal prompts are going to change that. Hey, I'm Dr. Sarah Siegel, and this is With the Seasons. Today we're talking about 5 journal prompts that are going to help you release winter's depth and help you step forward into spring's momentum. Because here is what traditional Chinese medicine teaches us. Spring is the wood element season, the time for rising energy, for movement that feels intentional rather than frantic, for vision that only becomes clear when you stop hiding in stillness. Winter was about descent. Spring is about emergence. These prompts aren't just cute goal-setting questions. They're invitations to grow somewhere real. Let's start. In Chinese medicine, spring governs the wood element, which rules the liver, our capacity for vision and direction, where we plan, where we push forward, and bring what's been dormant back into the world. When you journal with intention in spring, you're not just processing thoughts. You're working with the season's actual energy to access momentum that stays stuck the rest of the year. Think about it. Winter and autumn are inward seasons. Your energy moves deep. You're resting, you're reflecting, you're going quiet. But spring is for rising, like the root that's been gathering strength underground all winter. Finally finding a crack in the surface, deciding now. Longer days shift your cortisol rhythm and naturally produce an uptick in your energy and motivation. Your body knows what spring is for, even if your mind is still half asleep in winter. Here's what makes spring journaling different. In spring, you're not just reflecting, you're orienting. You're not reviewing where you've been. You're feeling where you want to go and letting that direction emerge naturally from what winter revealed. This is wood wisdom. Clear, purposeful, transformative through movement. The 5 prompts that I'm sharing specifically work with this energy. They'll help you integrate winter's lessons, meet spring's restlessness as useful information rather than anxiety, and prepare your inner world to actually grow something real. Each prompt builds on the last, honoring spring's rhythm instead of getting swept away by it. Ready for the first one? Prompt 1. What lessons from winter am I carrying forward, and what wisdom is ready to grow and expand within me? Notice we're not abandoning winter here. We're metabolizing it. Maybe winter taught you something about stillness that you're not quite ready to give up. Maybe you discovered a capacity for patience that deserves to be carried with you into a busier season, right? Without agenda, and then notice what unfolds. This is the clarity that spring can offer if you don't just go from one season into the hustle of the next. Here's what I wrote. Winter taught me that stillness isn't the same as being stuck. Something in me knows the difference now. That distinction, stillness versus stuck, is doing a lot of work because so many of us pathologize our own quiet. We treat rest like a problem instead of a season to complete. Carrying that knowing into spring changes everything about how you initiate. Prompt 2. What wants to grow within me this season? And how can I create space for new beginnings? Spring is the initiation season. Just like nature pushes everything up with an almost reckless confidence, you need to identify what parts of yourself are ready to surface. What exactly is trying to emerge? Here's what I wrote. What wants to grow feels terrifying because it's the version of me that takes up space. I keep trying to make room for her. I want to sit with that one for a second because I think a lot of you know what exactly I mean by this. The growth that we're avoiding that scares us so much isn't failure. It's the version of ourselves that shows up so fully. And it's the stuff that we'd have to stop apologizing for if she does show up. Do you feel that wood energy rising? Because we're just getting started. By the way, if you want to go deeper with these prompts, I put them in a free workbook for you. You can grab it in the link below. That way you'll have them right in front of you as you journal this season. Super easy to use, and again, it's totally free. Just click the link in the description and it's yours. Prompt 3. What blocks or frustrations am I ready to address this spring? And what might they be trying to show me about my path forward? This is where we get honest, because spring's frustration isn't a bad thing. It's information. Create 2 columns. Blocks I'm ready to move and what they might be showing me. That frustration about how slowly things are building, that irritability when your vision outpaces reality, that tightness in your chest or shoulders when you see someone else doing what you want to be doing and you're not there yet. Write them down. Then let's get curious in the second column. Here's what I wrote. When I feel blocked, it's grief dressed up as procrastination, and I'm finally pissed off enough to name it correctly. So that reframe is everything, because procrastination is a productivity problem. Grief is a human problem, and you can't hustle your way through a human problem. Naming it correctly doesn't fix everything, but it at least stops you from going in the wrong direction. Prompt 4. What 3 questions do I want to explore throughout spring, trusting the answers will emerge through action? This honors Wood's dynamic, forward-moving nature. This isn't about focusing on what stresses you out, but focusing on what needs your clearest attention. Here's what I wrote. Who am I when no one watches? What am I holding that isn't mine? What am I waiting for permission for? I'm not going to explain those. I don't think they need an explanation. If they landed for you, write them down yourself. Make them your own. That's the whole point of this, to uncover questions that are going to remain with you and pull answers out of you throughout the rest of the season, through the doing. This is wood element work at its most potent. Prompt 5. How do I want to feel by the time summer arrives? And what daily ritual of movement or creativity will create this feeling? This connects your inner work with tangible practice. Instead of white knuckling through spring's chaotic energy, you're intentionally designing your inner momentum. If you want to feel embodied, maybe it's just 10 minutes outside, soaking in the spring sunshine. If you want to feel creatively alive, maybe it's making just one small thing a day that's imperfect, just to remind yourself that you can. Here's what I wrote. I want to feel like someone who belongs in her own life, not managing it. 5 minutes of something that isn't productivity adjacent, something that's fun and spacious. I want to underscore productivity adjacent. Not journaling about your goals or stretching for better performance or reading something that makes you smarter. Something that exists just because it feels good to be alive and in a body and here right now. That's the ritual. That's the practice. The wood element governs our capacity for forward movement and vision. But vision without joy is just ambition. And ambition without belonging is just performance. Here's how to make these prompts actually transformative. Ritualize them. Open a window, make yourself a cup of tea, and give yourself 20 uninterrupted minutes. Let your writing have some energy to it. This isn't winter's slow contemplation anymore. It's spring's directed emergence. These prompts aren't just one and done exercises. They're meant to be returned to throughout the season. Your relationship with them will shift, sharpen, and reveal new edges. And that sharpening is exactly what the wood element energy is supposed to do. You're not just journaling. You're consciously partnering with spring's momentum to take you in a direction that only spring's wisdom can give you when you stop waiting for permission to grow. Spring doesn't have to be something you scramble through as you wait for summer to arrive and reward you. It can become your most directional season if you actually let it move you. If this resonated, please leave a like and subscribe for more seasonal wisdom. Until next time, trust the growth. If you love these prompts, don't forget to download your free printable workbook linked below. You'll have everything you need to make your spring journaling practice super easy. And when you're done, I think you're going to love this next video. I'll see you over there.